All right, and welcome to episode 7 of the 01 Shootout. This is Mark Reb from Champaign, Illinois, and I'm joined as always by my buddy Minderz. How's it going, Minderz?
Pretty good, Mark. How you doing? Did you have a good New Year's?
Good. Had a good New Year's. Did you have a nice birthday?
I did. I did have a good
Really?
birthday. What I
Just
remember
doing
of it anyway. Yep, sure
Yeah,
do.
cool. Well, we hope everybody had a good holiday since we saw them last, and we got quite a bit to talk about, Minderz. We got one more day before the first Thursday Night Throwdown in Edgewood. Uh, we're gonna head out to that and check it out tomorrow. And
We are.
yeah, it should be interesting. I'm curious to see some of the young guys that they're working with. And then after that, we got New Year's Retribution right around the corner in about 2 weeks, I think. And
I'm
I know you're excited
excited.
about that. But the thing that's kind of headlining today, we got a caller coming in. It's one of our guys. We kind of rib him a little bit for. It seems like he's got some bad luck with getting the extra mean opponents these days.
Yeah,
But
I was thinking about that. What if he's been asking for these matches to make a name for
that could
himself?
no. You know what? There's only one way to find out, Menders. So
Ho-
I'm gonna
Hopefully,
bring him
we'll find
in.
out soon.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out here in a second. Here we got calling in today. We got the Prodigy with us. We got CMC. CMC, how's it
Hey,
going,
what's
buddy?
up, guys?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. By the way, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for calling
So,
in and talking with us.
Oh, it's no problem, man. I'm happy to be here. This is my first time doing something like this, so it's pretty fun to just have the experience.
still
Yeah.
one of our first times too, so there's nothing to be nervous about. Go ahead, Mark.
All right. So we'll just start with what Menders just said. She was. We were talking the last few episodes. The matches you've been booked for. It's been Connolly. It's been who am I forgetting? Camaro. That match didn't happen, but it seems like you. We were joking that maybe you had some heat with the office getting put in with some of these bad dudes, but then Menders put it out. She said, "Is this something you've been asking for to kind of sharpen a little bit and kind of test yourself?"
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm always about getting better. It's one of my top priorities throughout my career. I mean, I've been doing this for 2 years now, and I'm always about getting better. Do I choose people like Conley? That's up to the bookers. That's not up to me. But the opportunities that I've had to wrestle people like Conley, Camaro, hopefully sometime down the line. I know that one was canceled, but I mean, that kind of stuff, just like, I don't know, I thrive for that kind of stuff. That kind of stuff, the challenges is what I want throughout anything. If I'm not challenged, then I feel like I'm not doing enough.
Makes
I get
sense.
that.
Makes complete sense.
How
So,
long have you been? How long you been in the business for?
Like I said, 2 years. My story is interesting, to be honest. I started training at IWAU at 14 years old. Right now, I may not look the part, but I am 17. But I started training at IWAU at 14 years old. I was 240 pounds. And I took 5 months off from training and bettered myself, just mentally and physically. I came back at 198, I'm pretty sure. So lost almost 40 pounds for this, really. And now, after 2 years of really wrestling and traveling around, it's honestly been the best experience of my life. And it's definitely been something that I am ready to continue with.
that's awesome. So, Mark, I'm going to ask him. All right, CMC.
Okay.
Who was your inspiration to get into it? Like when you were younger and you were watching wrestling,
Ooh.
who did you look up to?
That's a tough one. There's a lot of wrestlers that I would say that I looked up to, but are we talking indie scene or just like
Let's
wrestling.
start mainstream, and then
Mainstream.
we can go to indie scene.
I don't know. I was a big Kevin Owens guy for a long time. That was my guy. That especially like the 240 thing. That was one of the guys that I watched a lot, and like he was one of the guys that I was like, man, he's bigger, but man, he can put on a show. That was definitely one of my top guys that inspired me throughout anything. I've always been a fan of Ziggler too. Since Ziggler's had a lot of like challenges put in front of him with wrestling. So he's always been a big guy that's been up there for me. Just because he's really overcome a lot of stuff.
He's a good worker too. Real good worker.
You know, it's interesting you mentioned KO because you guys have some similarities because he started when he was about 14 or 15 also up in Canada. And
Yeah.
I started watching him back around 05 or so when he was on the Indies. I think he was working, it was before his Ring of Honor run, but even then it was just incredible the stuff he was doing. He was doing 450s and all that stuff, and he was about 220, 230, give or take, I would say.
Yeah, he's insane. Like, honestly, like the way he can move for a bigger guy, it's impressive.
Mm-hmm. So how about the indie scene? Well, who got you started in the indies? I know you said you trained down IWAU and all that, but who got you started?
I did. I started my training with Josh Totten down in Noble, Illinois, IWAU. And I took that 5-month break and they switched trainers. And the trainer ended up being that low-life scum, Joey O'Reilly. But even though he's a pain, I can give him credit for being that guy that has taught me a lot of my stuff.
To say you gave us a scare at was it the last show? No, it was the show before, I believe, when you hit that middle turnbuckle when Devontae gave you the flip, and you gave us all a little bit of a scare that day.
Yeah, I gave a lot of people a scare that day. That hurt. That hurt a lot.
Sounded like it did.
Yeah. Just like wrestling's painful, but man, that like my neck smacking that turnbuckle, I felt that for the rest of like the week. Like that that sucked.
So who have been some of your favorite people to fight in the indies at 01 and or anywhere else that you've been? I know you've been wrestling over PWA too, right?
Yeah, PWA, a little bit in Indiana too with Envision and everything. I'm going to be honest, top guys that I've wrestled around. Devontae's up there with me. Me and Devontae train together. We can always put on a good show. We've been back and forth together. Like, so he's always been like one of the top guys that I can roll with. Conley was scary, but man, that was fun. I'm going to be honest with you. I was close. You're
close. You're close.
Yeah.
Look, yeah. That was a hell of a match you guys had the last show until he decided to get a little frisky with you. And
those hurt too. Yeah, those sucked. They definitely.
The first 01 show I went to, the first thing Minderz told me was watch out for Connolly because he throws that chain around. Literally, the first thing as soon as I walked in the door, and sure enough, he was the first person out throwing the chain. So I learned a healthy respect for that chain from the first time I started coming to 01 shows.
He definitely throws it around. I remember there was one time when he had arrived in, I think it was a battle royal. No, it was a fatal 4-way. It was the fatal 4-way with me, Devontae, Chris O'Brien, and Jacques Kennedy, I'm pretty sure. And I was sitting like I was hurt and I was sitting next to the pole next to the stairs, and all of a sudden the chain just comes out of nowhere and smacks that pole that I'm right at. So I was like, oh, So it was
hello.
one where I actually jumped on Conley's back too.
Ah,
So I was like, oh, and I hopped down and went to the floor, and then I ran up to him, hopped on his back, and got thrown around a little bit.
There you go.
there you go.
That's a good way to get their attention.
Yeah, no kidding.
So I'm hoping to hear that you're kind of maybe setting your eyes on Victor to go after the junior heavyweight title.
2023, I'm definitely looking at gold. That's my main goal. Victor or Joey, I got my eyesight on. The Lowlifes have definitely been a pain. I know that Jordan was talking a little crap on this podcast about me the last time he was on here.
And Dallas
Him
talked
and,
a lot of
Dallas,
crap.
too.
Yeah, Dallas talked a lot of crap.
I'll deal with him tomorrow. That's
Yeah.
But yeah, Victor and Joey, I got my eyesight on. I haven't fully chosen, but I mean, when the opportunity comes up, I'm definitely taking it.
It's the only way you can do it.
Minderz, I'm not one to stir the pot or anything. I don't like to cause waves, but
Yeah, that's
we
usually
had,
me.
we had Joey on when we had the Lowlifes on a few weeks ago, and you mentioned you trained with him a little bit, and he made it pretty clear that nobody who he's trained has a chance against him in the ring. And he's getting a little bit cocky, so I figured that might, I don't know if that's going to influence your decision who you go after, but he's taking just about everybody very lightly these days. So
Joey definitely has the ego to him. I'll give him that. But even though I was trained under Joey, I definitely have some other stuff. I've done seminars with the likes of QT Marshall and FTR. So I've had training through other people as well. So the stuff that Joey's taught me, I have stuff in my repertoire that I can pull out that he doesn't know I have. So he can think that nobody that he's trained can match in the ring with him, but I think I got a pretty good shot.
yeah.
I could see it. If Marvin has a chance, anybody has a chance.
Yeah. I love Marvin, but man, I was definitely one of the people watching in the back when he won that title. That it was surprising. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
It got loud.
yeah, I was proud. And then Jordan's weasel mouth started speaking up, and everybody knows how the story goes, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Mark, I don't know if you noticed it or not, but in our comment section over here, it says the 01 USA official says CMC was a lowlife also at one point.
See,
Inform us about this, CMC.
That's a good point. So while I was training for a little bit, actually before I was training for a little bit, to actually do my in-ring stuff, I did actually do low-life security for a little bit. I was in Marvin and Tony's position, and thank God that's something that I broke away from, because I could not have dealt with that, especially how many times they've switched back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
They're just awful people. It couldn't be something that I could get behind. So
I've noticed a little bit of Jordan Perry goes a long way.
yeah.
with the opinions. And that being said, but now they got the big heater. They got Dallas Preacher with them, and you got to deal with them head up tomorrow. And is he the biggest guy you've been in the ring with, you think?
No, I've been in the ring with bigger. Not off the top of my head I can think of any. But Dallas, I think I can handle. I think I've been working on some stuff. I think I can match what he's got on me, just with moves I've been working on. Just different stuff to bring big guys down is pretty much what I've been trying to work on, just to prep for this match. and make sure that I'm ready for Thursday.
I'm
Yeah.
sure you'll be ready. You always seem to be ready when you come out. So
It's
The
funny
laps
to
around
think
the ring
too,
probably don't help though.
right. It's funny to think being you're 17, but you got a pretty heavy experience edge on Dallas going into tomorrow, which
Yeah.
should help you out. But on the other hand, he's probably going to have at least two of the Lowlifes with him. I don't know if Joe will be out there. He's got a big match tomorrow also, but Tony's always hovering around. Jordan's always hovering around, so you might have to kind of have eyes in the back of your head on that one.
Yeah.
So do you have
I mean, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, if it comes to it, do you have like backup? Do you have a plan B just in case somebody decides to stick their nose in?
I mean, as you guys may know, I used to have a tag partner, but he just kind of disappeared. So, like literally off the map, have not heard from him at all. So really my plan B is just to fight through it. And if someone tries to get involved, to try my hardest to get them back, but I really can't. I can't really mess with the Lowlifes games. I've dealt with them before, but it's still kind of hard to counteract them because they just kind of come out of nowhere, and it's not really something you can prepare for.
Yeah.
And I mean, I have friends, but the thing is, like, it comes to a point, what friends do you have there to actually have your back? Like,
think you ought to give Devontae a call. I bet you he'd come down and back you up.
yeah, maybe that's a good option, to be honest.
Well, I know the
but-
last time I saw you guys was when I saw you and Devontae in the ring at the same time together was over at Hybrid when you guys were tag teaming over there. And so, yeah, I mean, I could see Devontae backing you up there, and it's not like he's got anything to lose. So,
yeah, like I said, we work well together. We train together and everything. So definitely a future thing. But after being in the tag team division for a little bit, it is something that I've tried to veer away from, just to stay in singles a little bit more. I like tag team. I like the having that person that has your back. But the thing is, it's also hard to build yourself a little bit off of that. So I don't know. I may just have to deal with the Lowlife games myself. I may find someone to help me out. But we'll have to wait until Thursday because, like I said, they're hard to predict.
well, we will be there. Bark and I are both taking the truck down, so we will be there. I don't know where we'll be at, but we'll be there somewhere. But no, okay. So you were talking about, I know you said that like Joey had helped train you, and you said you'd done a few other things. I just saw that 01 posted something on Facebook right before we came on. We didn't get a chance to listen to it. It was your 2023 predictions. So what does that say?
It was about my match tomorrow.
Okay.
Against Dallas, and it was about Jordan running his mouth. And I said that I will run through their Marvin 2.0, the steroid edition.
Oh, wow.
That's so good. All right.
And then next, I'm going to go for Jordan Perry and let him pick his time and place that he would like his ass kicked. And I'll go into that match, go through Jordan, and then I'll run 2023 as a 0-1 champion and beat Joey O'Reilly.
Sounds like good plans.
Yeah.
Now, I hope that you got something for Tony G also, even though she kind of got him out. It's always fun to see him get a little bit too.
Tony's just kind of to the side. I mean, now that they have that big security guard, they'll probably end up getting rid of Tony at some point. I mean, you know, they're pesky games. If they have that big guy behind him, what's the point in Tony other than being another annoying person? And they have Jordan for that, so they don't really need another annoying person.
Although Jordan might want Tony to carry his bags for him. It seems like
that's a good point. That's a good point. Or his nose. That nose probably gets pretty heavy too.
Yeah. Oh boy. So we got somebody listening here. Dallas is
Uh-oh.
listening. CMC. It's
Well,
well, big words.
that's nice of
I'll
him.
pray for you. That's, well, yeah, it's always nice to have somebody pray for you, I guess. But yeah, he's looks like you got his attention before tomorrow here, CMC.
Yeah, I mean, he can pray all he wants, but he knows who's coming out on top for that match.
I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see what Thursday Night Throwdown is going to have in store for all of us. So
Yeah. And Minderz, I guess, do you want to not to try to begin, not stirring the pot? Dallas had a soundbite when he was on with us about CMC.
he did. He said that CMC would no longer be known as the Prodigy. He would be known as the Tragedy.
Yeah. I heard about that.
Yeah. We just kind of smiled and nodded through it.
I'm no wrestler, so I can't really argue with him. But I was like, hey, yes.
See, he hangs around Jordan and Joey a lot. What the Lowlifes are mostly is just talk. They won't actually walk out their actions. I mean, how many times have you seen Jordan actually do what he said he was going to do? It's the same thing for Dallas. He hangs around them, so he thinks that he can talk, but can he really walk?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, guess we'll find out tomorrow. Like I said, I want to see this big guy just what he can do. If he can do it.
Yeah. Yeah, remember, this is Dallas's first match, I think, like official singles match. So
yeah, and it's exactly like you guys said. Yeah, it's exactly like you guys said. Like, I do have the experience over him, while it's not as experienced as some guys that are in this business, and like it's not as many years. I definitely have the experience over him, and I know my way around a ring. So I feel like I will definitely be using that to my advantage. Like,
I was real impressed with how you handled Conley actually at the last show.
Thank you.
That impressed me a lot.
I got that from a lot of people, and I've honestly, like, most people that go through that would be scared after that and not want to do it again. But I'm going to be honest with you. Sign me up for round 2. Like, I'd love to step in the ring, give me my second shot. And I'll definitely be bringing my A game the next time it comes around.
I was say, whose lap did you end up in? You ended up in somebody's lap and he chopped you in the face. I think was it your dad's up on the stairs or something like that? That
was my dad. He was sitting up on the stairs, and I don't know if it was coincidence or he meant to do it. But Conley took me up there and chopped me right in my dad's lap. So, and then I think he also accidentally elbowed my dad while trying to elbow me. So,
oh no.
Accidentally?
Yeah, accidentally.
Yeah, I don't look like your dad mixed it up during the aftermath when Conley started in on you. I saw your dad up on the stage. I think he's about to run down there and start whipping some ass.
And my dad's probably not moving anywhere. He was probably adjusting his positioning for his seat, but he probably wasn't going anywhere.
All right, Mark, what all you got, bud?
Well, we're about to wrap it up with you, CMC. Thanks for joining us, man. This has been awesome.
Oh no, it's no problem.
Before we let you go, where can we find you on socials?
Pretty much all my socials. My Instagram is the Prodigy or _Prodigy_CMC, and all my socials are mostly on my website, shop-prodigy.com. It's in my promo too, because I'm still waiting for Jordan to buy that t-shirt if he wants to talk so much about me.
That's great. Gotta love the family support.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of my stuff is on my website. Just shop-prodigy.com. All my merch and everything is on there. So that's pretty much where you can find everything about me.
All right, and we'll paste that on the in the show notes here when we drop this on the podcast, so they got a link to that and check out your stuff. Well, good luck tomorrow. You got literally a tall order ahead of you with Dallas, big boy.
Yeah.
But, well, like I said, we'll be there. We'll be checking it out, and then I'm curious to see what you got going on at New Year's Retribution coming up on the 21st. They haven't announced anything yet.
Yeah, I'm curious too. Whatever I get thrown into, I mean, I'm ready. I've been training hard, and I'm ready for whatever they got for me. So,
all right.
Good. Hope we see you there.
Yep.
All right. Well, CMC, thanks a lot for joining us, man. We're going to go ahead. We're going to let you go, but good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Yep. It's no problem. Thank you guys for having me.
Oh, right on, man. You got an open invite down the road to come back if you got something you want to get off your chest or anything like that either. So we'll be in touch with you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Well, see you guys.
All right. Yep. Thanks, CMC.
See you later. Nice. We get a lot of first timers on the podcast.
We are.
I'll tell you, for I don't want to sound condescending. He's for a young kid. He's got a good head on his shoulders. He knows what's up, and not intimidated by Dallas, or at least that's what he's saying. And
that's what he's saying.
I've got. We'll find out tomorrow if he's ready to back it up. Yeah.
Yeah, tomorrow should be very interesting.
Yeah. Let's talk about tomorrow. We got where's it at? Boom, right there.
Boom.
Thursday, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Central Time. If you're making the drive from Indiana, don't get your hours mixed up. That's happened to me before at actual gigs where I've gone at the wrong time.
Oh no.
That's all right. They actually understand. I think it happens more often than people care to admit. And yeah, so let's see. Here we go. So let's go through the matches that we know about for tomorrow. We'll start with the big one, Minderz. The main event, non-title, Joey O'Reilly and Davey Richards. This is the rematch from the How the Lowlifes Stole Christmas show. And if it's anything like the first one, it's gonna be a hard-hitting match. It's gonna be fun.
I thought it was the one before How the Lowlifes Stole Christmas.
No, you're right.
It was November.
Ambition.
It was
my
Ambition.
calendar mixed up. That's my fault.
It starts to happen. You start to get confused once you start. You first got to figure out a match that you remember from that certain show, and then that's how you remember what else happened on that show. But that one I just remember because of 2D Lynn. So.
Oh yeah. We go to it's in the same building that we're in the same seats. So it all kind of runs together a little bit.
I get it.
In a good way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's going to be a fun one.
I wonder if that means I'm interested to see what happens with the simple fact that wonder how Davey's going to take to the fact he's not getting a title shot. If Davey even knows yet.
Well, with Davey, he's one of those guys that's kind of driven by championships and success and all that. So that might not sit well for Joey, because Davey could just take it out on him.
He might. I'm interested to hear those kicks again, though.
Oh yeah.
Those are brutal.
Uh-huh. How the acoustics are in the old 01 USA dojo.
We're going to find out, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah. All right. Next match on the list here, Minderz, the Bruisers against Eli Wilder and Anakin Murphy. Now, we saw a little video from the Bruisers this week, kind of just them cutting a promo, and stating their desire to tear them apart, So,
no disrespect to the Bruisers, but I think they're going to have their hands full. If they think they're going to walk in there and walk all over those two, I don't think it's going to happen.
I think if they're set on beating up people, nobody takes a beating like Anakin Murphy.
No.
And he gets up and he'll dish it out just as good.
Yeah, he will.
then Eli really impressed the hell out of me during that four-way junior heavyweight title match.
Yep.
Even though he was the first guy eliminated, he was putting the work in. He was doing a hell of a job.
He did a great job.
Just the fact that Victor and Murphy just decided to double team everybody, just kind of hard to counter that. So
yeah,
I hope he gets a one-on-one shot at Victor sometime in the near future.
Oh, I'm sure it's probably in the cards somewhere, but we just don't know when.
Yeah.
Well, and if Victor will still have the belt.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about that here in a minute, but he's got Anakin coming up, and
yeah. Oh, we'll get to New Year's Retribution here once.
I figured we'd talk about it too.
Oh yeah. All right. Next up, here's the one we're talking about: CMC and Dallas Preacher. It's like we were saying, CMC's got the experience edge, but there's no countering size really. Although the kid said he's got some tricks up his sleeves, so I want to see what happens. And I don't think Dallas wears sleeves, but he's got the lowlifes, so he's always got something cooking in the background. So
he's got some backup that can cause some problems.
Yeah.
So
I don't think CMC.
I hope CMC has a little bit of backup. I don't, because just to keep it fair, but.
Yeah. I don't think it's hard to find people that dislike the lowlifes enough to jump in. And I don't know, Marvin might be there. You never know. I don't know who's scheduled to be there, like aside from the guys wrestling. But,
right.
So I don't think Country Air will be there. I think they're probably up north. So I don't think.
I would say they're up north quite a ways, so I kind of doubt it.
Because they did have that 8-man at the last show, Country Air, Piper, and Marvin against the lowlifes. So, and Lander. I can't leave Lander out.
Oh, you can leave Lander out. It's fine. I don't pay to see him anyway.
If he sells T-shirts, I'm getting you one for your birthday next year.
Aw, thanks, Mark. It'll make a good snot rag.
You know what? My threat stands to one of these days. I'm going to get him on here, and I'm just going to mute my microphone, and I'm going to sit back. I'm just going to watch because it's gonna make for some good podcasting.
It might. Or he might just put me in my place.
It might just be just a shouting match.
I'll try not to let it go to a shouting match, right. But yeah.
All right. Next up, LDLC and
the main attraction, Big Daddy Dion.
Okay. And again, these are two guys I'm not familiar with whatsoever. So this is one I'm really curious about. Just it looks like it should be a fast-paced match from looking at these guys. So
I'm expecting fast pace from LDLC, but to me the other what was it? Big Daddy Dion? Big Daddy Dion. He looks like he might be more of a brawler. So we'll see how those two. Mm-hmm. And I could be wrong. Maybe he's fast paced too. Who knows?
That's one of the exciting things about this is that you don't get to discover brand new talent very often when you're like in the stands. So it's cool seeing some of these. Like we've seen Dallas a little bit doing the heater stuff for the lowlifes, but you get to see him what he can do in the ring, and then seeing these two guys and the Bruisers also. That's the ones that I've never seen before in the ring.
I haven't seen them either.
And then the other thing, your favorite Minderz, the Jacques Kennedy cleansing 0-1 throwdown roster with and he's got Big Man Chan with him. I thought the guy had some sense, but
You know what? Let's see what. Let's just. I might have to not pick on Jacques as much as I do. Maybe I need to take it a little bit easier on them and see what happens. Like just.
Are you saying you
I'll wait and do that after Retribution, but
Are you saying that you forgive Jacques for ripping up your sign?
No.
But
I'll tolerate it a little bit better. How's that?
Okay. Do you forgive Jacques for taking out Jimmy for several months?
Nope. Sure don't.
Didn't really think about that too much.
Take away my favorite wrestler. What are you thinking?
So yeah, that show. $7 to get in at the show tomorrow, and if you want to spend 20 George Washingtons, you can get one of these bad boys from the desk there. You can get 4 punches for $20 for 4 throwdown shows, and it's like the old Subway card, but you don't get a free sandwich out of it. You just get you get 4 wrestling shows out of it, which I think is probably a better deal.
It's basically a free show though, isn't it?
Hang on, I couldn't hear you over the wife ripping things. What was that?
Well, $7 a show, 4 shows, that'd be $28, and it's
That's
$20. So you're getting a free show.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, there we go. That's a good way to look at it there. But yeah,
I picked mine up. I picked mine up at the last show, so
Yeah.
I'm ready to go for the 4.
Yeah,
And I know I won't be able to make it every week, but
no, I'm the same way. I got it.
I got the Patreon, so I'm good.
So yeah, I signed up for the Patreon, so we're good for that. I'm cheap. I just went for the $5 one because it's that's all I really need. I'm a frugal fellow, so
I always get a ticket every month anyway, so
yeah, right.
it really isn't a whole lot different for me.
Yeah. Hey, Minderz, let's talk about January 21st. What do you say?
Oh, let's.
So there it is, New Year's Retribution, 7 p.m. bell time, Burgess Osborne Auditorium like usual, and we got some pretty dang good matches lined up for this one, Minderz.
They do. There are a lot of matches that I am super excited about.
Okay, well,
And some that I'm not paying to see somebody that's wrestling in.
Yeah. You're paying for 2/3 of that match.
I'm paying for 2/3 of that match. Yes.
All right, so let's start with the Junior Heavyweight Championship. There it is, right there. Victor Analog defending for his first title defense against Anakin Murphy. I say this a lot about Victor. I think this could potentially steal the whole show. I've seen these two guys one-on-one before, but it seems like there's a little extra fire to this one. So
well, even like Victor said, he's known Anakin for a long time. So and you don't hit anybody harder than your best friend. So
right.
I can see this being. I don't think it's going to be the one that steals the entire show, but that could be personal preference.
Potentially, but when there's gold on the line,
there is gold on the line, and anytime junior heavyweight matches are always great. It doesn't even really seem to matter who's in them. Yeah. The junior heavyweight matches are always good showstoppers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's see if anybody lands on my wife's lap this time, like the last show. That was Marvin, though. That wasn't.
That was Marvin.
I mean, if you wanted to meet my wife, I could have introduced him. It's not that hard.
We could have just introduced him, but no, he had to jump in her lap.
Hey, shout out to the crack security force at 01. They were very attentive to my wife, making sure she was good and everything. So shout out to them.
They tried hard.
I won't use the pejorative I used at the show on the air. All right.
Oh, we had too much fun at that show, Mark. We really did.
We're like Statler and Waldorf at that show a little bit.
I marked out. It was a good time.
You were giddy when you know who came out.
I was very giddy.
We'll get to that here in a minute. All right, this one I think is the latest match to get announced, Minderz. You know me. I love my Haas fights. And
this is going to be a Haas fight, and I can't wait.
Camaro Jackson and Christian Rose, 2 former heavyweight champions.
201 champs. Yeah.
Yes. Christian Rose, I'm still wondering, is he going to pop back up with the Lowlifes at some point? Because I don't think there was there a split there? Because I'm only like 2 years into my 01 viewing. So I'm
not sure what happened exactly. Because there used to be another Lowlife too with I don't know, Brubaker.
Yeah, I remember Brubaker.
Brubaker and Christian Rose were also in the Lowlifes at one point. I'm not sure what happened. I don't know if Joey and Jordan just kind of broke off from it since they were the tag champs at the time. But see, at the time, Christian Rose was the heavyweight champ. So I don't know what happened there.
Maybe Christian wants a title shot. Maybe he's going to go after Joey.
I wouldn't mind seeing that.
No, that'd be interesting. But you know me, I'm a big Camaro guy. He's one of my favorites. So
this is going to be another one of those where I'm going to like cheer and then cheer some more because I don't know who to cheer for and I like both of them. Right. So, because Christian Rose was at one of the first. He was at the first show I was at in 2019. So, and that was back when Warhorse was champ. So,
well, Warhorse, there's a name.
Yeah.
I know he's been back not too long ago, but I'm hoping to see him back again sometime soon.
Oh, I'm sure he will be.
All right. So, just for shits and giggles, Minderz.
Ooh, wait, hold up. We were talking about Christian Rose. Do you not have the comments on yours?
I do, yeah.
Oh, okay. Do you see we have another comment from Mr. Floyd?
Let's see. Yep, I'm going to bring it up here.
There you go.
We'd love to see Rose bring in the coyote.
That would be fun.
Okay, now for the ignoramus, which is me, who are the Coyotes?
The Coyotes are the group that Christian Rose is with now. That I believe they're down in Anarchy.
Okay.
Down in St. Louis. So, because Christian Rose is known as that damn coyote. So.
That's what that means. Okay. I heard that mentioned. So.
Yep. So, yeah, if he brought that would be a good dream match right there.
Yeah, I'll have to look up, see if I can find some stuff on the Coyotes on YouTube and see and check them out.
Actually, I guess I'm going to get to see Christian Rose and his tag partner when I go to Dreamwave in a couple months.
Yeah. Who's his tag partner?
I don't remember off the top of my head. I'll have to look it up.
We'll figure it out. We'll have it for the next show.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move on here. Next match on my list, we got Eli Wilder and Mad Dog Connolly. We talked about this a little bit. I think Connolly's just a buzzsaw at this point. As good as Wilder's improved and as good as he is, I don't think he's getting past Connolly.
I have a feeling it's going to be a similar situation to what we saw at How the Lowlifes Stole Christmas.
Yeah, very possible. And
there
we go.
I have a feeling. Yeah, as I say, Floyd just said they're Anarchy, Dreamwave, Rocket Pro, and a few others.
Thank you, Floyd. Floyd is kind of, and I'm not meaning this as an insult, he's kind of the Dwayne Carter of this podcast for us with the extra info. Because Dwayne helps us out with jumping the rail, always having his 2 cents in there. So, Floyd, thank you very much for that.
Hey, Floyd's been at 0-1 before I was at 0-1.
Yeah.
So
and he was he's one of the followers on the old Central Illinois Pro Wrestling Club page that we had on Facebook. And I've never met Floyd face to face. We'll have to make that happen.
Yes, you have.
Have I?
Yeah.
I can't really keep track of any of this shit.
He was the one that was nice enough to go sit with CMC's dad last show, so we would all have. You weren't there yet.
I wasn't there yet. No, but
you weren't there yet.
Text CMC's dad during the show.
Yeah, he went to go sit with CMC's dad because we were a little. It was a little tight there in our area.
Yeah, because I think I still have something for Floyd from the old CIPW page from our Royal Rumble contest a few years ago. Because I'm a moron when it comes to shipping things, I'm really bad about it. But I still have it.
I know.
Maybe I'll bring it with me. Floyd, if you're going to be there tomorrow, put it in the comments and I'll bring it. But otherwise, I'll bring it to on the 21st and we'll get you squared up. All right. Let's see. What's next? There we go. Tag Team Championship, Country Air and DC Black. This is going to be awesome. I think it's
I'm torn. I'm really torn on this one. I like Country Air, but man, we got Devontae and Chris and their homegrown boys, and Chris is still not out of that Battle Royal. He's still in the Battle Royal.
I don't know. What do you think? Do you think DC Black can take this? I mean, Country Air's a hell of a tag team.
Man, this is tough because I feel like lots of times DC Black could be very much an underdog that could take it.
Now,
I mean,
this will be my first time seeing them officially as a tag team. I've seen them in like multi-man matches, some battle royals working together, but I'll be curious to see how they are on as an actual team.
It's even better. It's even better. So, yeah, they work really well as a tag team.
Cool, but that's one I'm definitely looking forward to. Let's see what else we got. Our main
next event. One. No, you're missing one still. Don't go to the main event yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I forgetting something?
You're forgetting something.
I wonder what I could be forgetting. I don't know.
That's what you're forgetting.
the powder keg. Our first ever guest, Jimmy Carrot, making
Yes.
his in-ring return with the luminary Jacques Kennedy. And it's a tongue twister. You heard me before the show. Jimmy Jacques.
Jimmy and Jacques. But yeah, I am so excited for this match.
I don't know, Minderz. Who do you think is going to win this one?
Oh, well, Jacques. No, come on now. You don't take somebody out for almost 4 months and they don't come back and not tear you apart.
Well, this is true. Now, I definitely think Jimmy's going to get his pound of flesh out of Jacques, get his payback. But
I think he definitely surprised Jacques at the last show. So
sure did. But I'm also
he surprised all of us at the last show.
As soon as I saw the box, I was like, "Oh shit, Basil's in the box." So I kind of had a hunch. But
did everybody know Basil was in the box before I knew Basil was in the box?
I don't know. I didn't poll the audience, but
well, AJ said he knew it was Basil in the box.
Well, we wouldn't want to ruin the surprise for you because that's the excitement. And plus, we get to see Giddy Minderz, which we don't see very often.
Yeah, you get to see Giddy Minderz.
Yeah, that might be a T-shirt.
Giddy Minderz. Oh boy, here we go.
But yeah, I think Jimmy's going to get his pound of flesh from Jacques. But I'm going to use a term that I invented a couple weeks ago. I think there could be some Jacquanery, and Kennedy could sneak one out of his butt there and get the win. There, bud. I'm sorry.
You want me to smack you at the next show, right?
I'm a bumpkin. I'm still getting used to all the pronoun stuff, so I apologize.
Oh no, you're fine. No, I just
have to whoop on somebody.
Right.
I actually just made myself absent and went to the. I'm gonna get away from here.
You might be walking home tomorrow.
That's my car.
Oh, we're taking you. Okay.
I thought I was driving. I mean, if you want to drive, you can drive. But
we'll figure that out later.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. All right. And so, okay, now we're going to get to the main event, Minderz. You were excited for 2/3 of this match.
I am excited for 2/3 of this match.
Joey O'Reilly, Marvin, and Jake Lander, 3 guys that have had a taste of that world championship. And it's going to be in the cage. Marvin's choice, which I guess is one way to keep the Lowlifes out of there potentially to keep it straight.
It's not going to keep the Lowlifes out. Come on.
Plus, I got a feeling Joey and Lander are going to double team Marvin to all hell.
Yeah, but Marvin was the sleeper in that match with Lander and Victor. So
I think the world of Marvin, he's always the sleeper. He's very capable of shocking everybody.
I just hope that Marvin doesn't try to do a swanton off the top of the cage. That will scare the bejesus out of me.
Now you said that, and he's probably listening to this.
He probably is, but I don't want to see him get hurt either.
If he is, I hope there's a table or something to
hopefully something will break his fall. Hopefully it's not Victor's spine again, but it won't be Victor's spine, but hopefully it won't. Hopefully it won't be somebody's spine. Right. Actually, I take that back. Wasn't it Lander's spine?
Yeah, Lander was going for the pin.
So it was Lander's spine. Okay, go ahead and jump. Go ahead and jump, Marvin.
All right, but yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I still think Joey's going to retain. I think he's going to hang on to it by hook or crook.
You know what? I'm going to go back to what I always say, and you've heard me say this even since when we were doing, or when I was on Jumping the Rail, that anytime there's a multi-man match, I don't expect the belt to change. Anytime there's a multi-man match, I don't expect the belt to change. I called that with AEW. Mm-hmm. With tag team matches there, there's something about a triple threat, fatal 4-way. I don't usually see the belt changing hands. It does on occasion. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but I don't expect it to.
But also don't be surprised to see Marvin shock everybody. And
right.
It can be done, but that is...
you need to give him his pep talk before the match, too.
Oh, yeah. We'll work on that. So, yeah, this is, and there it is again, January 21st. The first official JT01, how to say JTR is where my head's at. The first official 01 show of 2023. 7 o'clock. Tickets, $20. Go to 01USA.com for
There's usually a pre-show match.
Yeah.
So always try to get there a little bit before 7.
Yeah, I always try to. The wife likes to get ready and spruce stuff, so sometimes it's not right as early as I usually am, but that's all right though.
Is that just so she can get wrestlers thrown in her lap or something?
Right. Well, she won't be as festive this time because that was for Christmas. So
That was for Christmas.
But yeah, so between her getting Marvin in her lap, me getting Camaro on my foot that one time,
and me getting punched by Gary J. It's you weren't there for that one, but I got
I was
punched by
not
Gary
there
J.
for that one, but you told me all about it.
Yep, he was facing Conley actually.
Yeah.
I just wasn't gonna move. That's how I work. I'm like, hey, I'll take the chance.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, so before we say goodbye, Minderz, let's talk about what we got coming up. We got a couple shows. We got one coming up, not the next week, but the week after on January 18th, and then we're going to do another one the week after the Beers Retribution, like that following week. So on the 18th, we're gonna have the man on. We're gonna have Marvin joining us.
All right.
Talk about that big main event, and I've been getting a little bit of I don't want to say bullying from people. I'm not going to say who. I don't want to give them the satisfaction.
Is it the same ones that have been bullying me too?
Probably, but they're not happy that Marvin is coming on. They're making their opinions known. So,
Go figure.
Yeah, but I'm excited to have Marvin on. He's a good guy. He's been on the JTR podcast. We did that YouTube video with him, which I think is still Jumping the Rails' highest viewed YouTube video when we did that interview after he beat Tony. And so Marvin's going to be on in a couple weeks, and then the week after that on the 25th, and he's not booked for the show on the 21st, but he's coming on anyways because we've been wanting to have him on.
And I might get giddy over this one too.
You might, yeah. You have to kind of contain yourself.
I'll try.
The Elite Warrior is going to be with us. The Cobra, the King, as he likes to call himself. Who am I to say no? I call him Sir.
Yeah.
Also, if you go to Patreon, they have the match from Ambition, the Cobra and Maxie and Taylor on there. And we saw it in person, but it holds up on video. It's a hell of a match.
I actually went back and watched it, and I was like, man, I forgot how good it was.
Yeah.
It was good, man.
Yeah. Give me a chance to pay the bills real quick, Minderz.
I'll show off.
There is one of the new ones from ProWrestlingTees.com. Life is hard work stiff, which is just good words to live by. And we got let's see. Where is it?
Don't you have a bunch of new ones that just went up?
We do. We got some. We got the I Heart Heels shirt, which you wear so proudly.
I do.
House Fights Draw Money. We got Blood Equals Money. It's go to ProWrestlingTees.com/JTRPod. Check out what we got. Anything you get helps us keep the lights on. Literally, I just got this ring light thing for Christmas, and but yeah, so go check that stuff out. And then check out the Jumping the Rail podcast every other Tuesday. This coming Tuesday, me and my buddy Gary DeCelio, and we got some cool stuff set up for that also. And so hopefully we'll see you guys tomorrow night at in Edgewood at the 01 USA Dojo for Thursday Night Throwdown. If not, we will definitely see you guys on the 21st at New Year's Retribution, and hopefully you'll join us on right here in 2 weeks with Marvin. And so Minderz, you got anything you want to add?
No, I just I'm looking forward to what we've got coming up. So, and then of course we'll have to talk. I'll probably catch it on Patreon, but it's every Thursday, so we'll have a Thursday show to watch.
Yeah.
Next week to try to keep up with what's going on down there if we can't make it down there. So
I don't think it's going to be a live feed. I think it's going to be video after the fact. But
that's okay. But we'll have to keep up on it.
Yeah, I'm usually busy on Thursdays with various things, so sometimes I got to catch it all like the day after. But so for that, go to Patreon, check it out. You got multiple tiers you can pick from. And I don't have anything else if you don't, Minderz, so we're gonna call this a show. But thanks everybody for joining us. And For Minderz, this is Redmond, and we will see you guys in 2 weeks. See you later.
See ya.